to Memphis, and I went down to Sun Studios in Stack Soul. I got inspired to do an R&B album. So the latest album basically is in my studio, all analog, it's all tube stuff, and we just wanted to lay down something that sounded like 67. Because I started my first band in 1967. I played the high school dance. We were like 12, 13 years old, but we were playing, Knock on Wood, and we were playing Midnight Hour and all the soul stuff, soul classics, So I wanted to write some stuff that sounded like it was recorded back in the day. Well, I wrote this tune called Some People Get, and it ended up being the name of the album because it just kind of followed suit with that 60s, middle 60s vibe. When I was 17, I was sitting on my bed one day and my dad walked into my room and said, "Me and your mom are moving, what are you gonna do?" I went, "Uh-oh, better think about this real quick." So I answered an ad in the paper and it said, "Soul band looking for a guitarist must travel." And so I called the ad, and it was an 8-piece soul band in Toronto. It was all black guys called the Cougars. So I went down and I auditioned and I got the gig. And it's funny enough, they played more reggae than they did soul. Bands used to play Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday matinee, Saturday night. You can make a real good living being a musician full time. And then all that disco and all that stuff came out, and all of a sudden DJs were the rage, and bands worked like 2 nights a week. So I had no choice, and I got a call one day to play this country thing, and it was the Heritage Inn on Rexdale. So I jumped on it, just, I gotta make a living, right? Pay the bills. So I found myself playing country for 10 years, from 1980 to 89. Got into bluegrass, got into, the folky stuff. Listened to a lot of country blues, like Lead Belly. Played a lot of acoustic blues. Learned how to finger pick. It's funny how I've kind of teeter-tottered back between blues and country, but in my opinion, they're not much different. In 2013, I got a phone call, and Sweet Claudette called me and said they're doing a show on a Sunday at this club in Detroit. Could I come? It was a dinner show, So my wife and I got in the car and we drove to Detroit, not really knowing what it was about. I thought it was a gig. So I show up, and it was this great big bar, and all the who's who of the blues guys from that region were there, like Little Sonny. Bobby Young played with Etta James, guitar player. The guy that wrote Mustang Sally, Sir Mac Rice, all these heavyweight blues guys were all hanging around. They got suits on, and they called me up, and I played like 3 songs, and then they handed me this award. I just got inducted in USA Blues Hall of Fame. And since then, there's a textbook that came out, Humber College in Toronto, and they do an entrepreneur course. And there's a whole chapter on me. There's another book that just came out on Big Mama Thornton, on her life story, and there's a whole chapter on all of us. We all got to back her up in 76, I think. There's a book that somebody wrote in Jerusalem called Unsung Heroes of the Blues, and I'm in that one too. It's funny how here I am, I'm 59, I'll be 60 in August, and you do what you do, and then all of a sudden this year, all this stuff started to surface. All these things that I've done are all coming out. And it's incredible it puts a smile on your face. I'll tell you something spooky. In 2013, we went down to Memphis. We rented a car, we drove to Clarksdale, and I stood at the crossroads. And ever since then, things have been going really well. I don't know. Mojo. One, two, three.
You can try and tell somebody to do their best. You'll be turning right and they'll be turning left. Some people get it. Some people get it. I said some people get it. Some just don't. Well, you can talk to somebody and look them in the eye. The whole damn effort is a waste of time. Some people get it. Some people get it. Well, some people get it. Some just don't. just don't. While you can try and help somebody over and over again, they just don't listen, they don't clue on in. Some people get it, some people get it. I said some people get it, some just don't. Oh, they just don't. Oh, shut up. I said some people get it, some people get it, some people get it, some people get it. Well, some people get it, some just don't.